these are your external and internal rotation activation. So these are fairly advanced now. We are stepping into a more intermediate advanced. So if you haven't done, and if you are not comfortable with the beginners yet, I really recommend you that you go back to the previous exercises, as these ones are going to be a little bit more demanding, and you need to make sure that you are okay with your mobility. So the first exercise that we are going to do in activation, we only have 3 exercises because we got sides with the left and the right, okay? So the first exercise is going to be a side lunge. Remember, you can always use props and blocks if you have them at home. So we start in a wide stance and we start making a side lunge and trying to sit. So for me, I've been doing this for a while. This is not an issue. I can take a side lunge and I can sit down. Yes, that's what we're trying to do, basically. Then we're going to bring the knee inside, the knee out, and we're going to push back up. The best way to keep this warming up is to keep on doing the same side over and over. So I recommend that you do your repetitions on one side first. So let's break down that movement. When we cannot sit down the same way as I do, the best way is to start with your side lunge. Make sure that your knees stay in line. Yeah, we're trying not to knock the knee inside. We take ourselves down. Once you reach down, try and hold yourself to sit down. Then we do the knee movement. The knee movement is not just a moving in and out. We actively moving in. When you move it, you want to press down into the ground. Feel the activation into your internal rotation. And when you open, you want to try and open the knee. So we're not coming on the edge of the foot, but we open the knee so we feel the glute activating. Now to climb back, I find it easier to place the hands on either side of the legs rather than inside, but you need quite a bit of hip flexion here. So you press and shift forward and come back up, okay? So that's what I mean by being a bit more advanced. You know, you need to have a certain way to make sure that you stay with the feet flat on the ground as long as you can before you sit down. Take that knee in, you open out, and when I push myself back up, I actually lean into my straddle. You can see I'm not coming onto my toes, I'm lifting up, okay? So those are the first move that we are doing. They're actually quite advanced. Second move that we do is a hip hinge side to side. So with your hip hinge, we come into a straddle hip hinge, yeah? So again, go back to the previous videos if you're struggling. Try not hyperextend the knees. We keep the knees into a micro bend, not bend, but micro bend. Now we're going to place the arms forward. You can see my arms are along my ears. Try and avoid having the arms down. Try and keep them as high as you can. Again, you should be able to do this by now and keep that back nice and straight. So I'm going to show you on both sides first. Hip hinge with side to side lunges. Hop. Up. Okay, so where you find your hinge, keep it there. Okay, I'm staying here and I move side. I'm coming back up and I move to the other side. Again, make sure your knees stay in line with your foot. They're not coming too much on the inside. And I keep that hinge, keep my arms where they are, okay? So because we're doing right side, left side on both of the first 2 exercises, we only have a third exercise, which will be your 90-90 movements. So we start into a seated position and we bring the knees and the legs into a 90-90 position here. And we start shifting the body upwards. Coming onto both shins, we tuck that tailbone under. We're trying to tuck in and squeeze the glutes, squeeze into the pelvis. Coming back, you can start by just doing one side and then moving on to the other. The aim eventually is to come one side, shift and up and down, shift and up, down. Stay into that position here. Yeah, so you can see, move. And you can see here, I'm tucking that tailbone under, I'm opening the groin and down, up, shift, move up. Okay? So you might be feeling when you start doing this movement that you're moving a little bit around. It's just a question that we shift a little bit when we really move up, and when we shift the feet. So here, you want to make sure that you lift the knees and you try and keep the hips and your glutes where they are. Shift the feet if necessary before you move to the other side. Okay? And that's your third move. So those are your activation. So those are your advanced activations, and I will see you in the stretch exercises. Yes.